everybody.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, look, we already got 7 likes.
Oh, man. It's raining hard.
Yep. That river is just going to keep flowing, doesn't it?
I'm pulling up the chat here because it's way far away, so give me a second.
Hello, Papa Z. Mama Z is here, too.
I think he knows. Hey, Christina. All right. Hey, the Apricot Tiny House. And she's in Colorado. Right? I got that right.
Uh-huh.
And there's my quirky quarter acre. Hey. Hey, Reap What You Sow. Is that Jareth or Todd? Yeah, through TVG. It just started pouring outside just a minute ago.
Yeah, it did.
Hey, Shelly, how you doing? It's good to see you, Todd. Hey, Crystal, how are you doing? The boys are crazy. What's everybody been doing today?
Yay, people already.
And 12 likes.
Awesome. That's a great ratio for the likes and
10 people.
Yeah.
10 people.
Oh wow, you've been smoking a chicken? That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
What's smoking a chicken mean?
Smoking a chicken.
Putting a chicken in the smoker so that they can eat it later.
That sounds good.
Smoking a chicken. Okay. Oh man, running a crane. I didn't know that you worked a crane, Todd. I don't know why I didn't know that. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine, Crystal. Hey, Kathy. How are you doing? Working, cleaning, and cooking. There's 2 family homestead.
Woo, smudge.
2 family homestead said, is the chicken old enough to smoke? Can you do me a favor
That's my
and
question.
over there,
Yeah.
go and click on the 3 little buttons beside. You're gonna have to X those out, and then
Darn notification.
right there. No, just go up to where 2 family homestead is.
Oh, okay.
And click the 3 buttons beside. That pops up right there, and then go add moderator.
Oh, okay.
All right, still get rid of those little notifications though.
Yeah, get rid of those, please. I can't see anything on that screen over there, which is why I have my phone. So if you see me looking down a lot, that's the reason why.
Hi, North Star.
I'm trying really hard to keep up with everything here.
Smudge.
All right. Of course I'm going to give Daryl a wrench.
Daryl a wrench now.
See, because, Daryl and Sherry are wonderful people. And so, of course. In fact, the boys, I don't know how long the boys talked about figuring out a way to make a crochet smudge. They talked about that for a while. They were like, we have to figure out a pattern.
Yeah, we do though. Smudge would be so good to crochet. Yeah, and then give it off to 2 family homestead. Crochet smudge.
It'd be a legendary crochet, okay? It'd be legendary.
Because that's you got the brown, you got the white.
Hey, Peanuts Peppers, how are you doing?
Peanuts Peppers.
Wet, nasty, and muddy Louisiana. I know, you know what? It's really wet and muddy here too.
North Star says, ooh, a smudge cake.
A smudge cake.
Yes, a smudge cake.
Cake.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
I want that. Yep.
I won that for my birthday. Smudge cake.
Give me.
For those of you that didn't see my video last week, it rained cats and dogs here. On Thursday, we had, the whole storm that went through Louisiana and Mississippi and all those. It came through here, and we had the tornadoes touch down and stuff. Thankfully, we had one here in town, but it didn't bother us, thankfully. But we had torrential rains, and our basement flooded.
It's much better now.
Because our sump pump, we have 2 sump pumps, and I only knew that we had one, but both of them failed. So we had to replace both sump pumps and pump all the water out. And I don't know if you guys know, but or at least I didn't know, and maybe it's just because of maybe what we have in our basement, but because we have some carpeted basement, and it smelled like rotten cabbage there trying to dry it out.
It did.
We had fans. We used a steam cleaner to suck up as much water as we could. Well, he did most of it. It hurts my back to do that kind of stuff. I do it occasionally, but I only do a small portion of a room at a time. But he had to do most of the work.
I feel it. That thing hurts the back way too often. I thought it was just, it wasn't that bad. I thought, anyway.
We got 15 people and 14 likes.
Wow.
Somebody hasn't liked.
Oh yeah, my quirky quarter acre. That was the nastiest smell. I'm just like, I didn't know that drying, like, because whenever you
dirty sock. Sounds like me when I get back from the athlete, like my sports.
Yeah.
Or my just me, period.
Hi, Copper Kettle Farms.
I promise he does take showers though.
I do take showers, okay.
But whenever you're using a steam cleaner, normally you have some sort of.
Aha! Dang right, Mama Z. I am extra.
Yes. You have some sort of soap or something in there so that it doesn't stink. Well, it was just water from where it had flooded, and so it smelled bad. But finally, that smell's starting to go away. But
it is.
It was awful.
I was down there in the depths of sewers.
Life Adventures at Keto. She said she birthed you, so it's okay to say we.
I wasn't counting physical.
I remember last year, Todd. Last year was kind of the same way for us here. For the longest time, it was, the weather was pretty decent, and then all of a sudden it just started raining like crazy. And we had way too much rain. Not like it was in the Midwest, though, but I'm hoping that this year is not a repeat of last year, because it seems like this whole next week is going to be raining. Thankfully, it's not time for us to plant anything out there. I mean, I've got some of my cabbages and stuff like that out, but those can kind of handle the wet weather. But I'm hoping that by the time planting season comes, that it's not as wet as it was last year.
I was voluntold, was I? I'm voluntold for everything.
Well, I have to say that I definitely can normally depend on Nick. If I need something done, I can depend on him to do it.
I'm your guy.
Yeah. You
need work.
You need work, I'm your man. Get right there, get over there, and I can get it done. Bam. Sparkles.
Nick might just have some people asking you to go.
I expect at least good money, though. I don't really.
And they don't get paid for chores, so
exactly.
No
I don't have an
allowance.
allowance.
They don't get an allowance. They are part of the family. So since they're part of the family, they have to do chores just like everybody else does.
The only thing I get paid for is to mow the lawn. That's it. So.
Hey, Simpson Farms, how you doing? I didn't see you come in. Let me see. I'm hoping I didn't miss anybody coming in. I think that I said hello to everybody. And yes, Peanuts Peppers, I saw your video trying to put your chickens and ducks up, and I saw that it was rainy and messy and stuff. So
have you getting a blizzard? Shoot, I wish I could have a blizzard.
Oh no, awesome. Kathy. Yeah. Stay safe. Hopefully you don't have to go anywhere.
Might go up. I want to see something.
Huh?
Right there. Okay. My kid's complaining about it too. It's because you are strong and young. Save Mama's back, and you eat and are clothes and have a home.
So
that's my complaint too. My pay is when I get done with chores, I get to stay in this nice house with clothes and food.
So what we generally do is, because I have 3 of them, they rotate through different chores, and so like for example, this week Nick is cooking, Isaac is doing dishes,
okay.
And Evan is doing laundry. And so next week, Nick will be doing the dishes, and Isaac will be doing laundry, and Evan will be cooking. Yeah. So we kind of rotate through that.
Ooh, Mom, before I switch, I want to make my baked pasta.
Hey, how are you doing, Morris Patch of Heaven? What?
I said before we switch, I want to make my baked pasta recipe that I wrote down. The one that was super good.
That was really good that one time.
Yeah, and he's actually a really good cook. Evan is pretty decent. It's edible.
Well, does Mom rip me out? No, but when it comes to college, probably.
I make better meals now.
You do. He's getting better, but that's the reason, right? That's the reason that you teach them while they're at home, right? So that whenever they get out on their own, they can do,
and that's it.
Themselves.
Christina, yes, I can. I come over to you with. You don't live very far.
Hey, Season Mom and an empty nest. How are you doing?
Christina asked if I could come over and help her, and I agreed, but I don't know where she is in the USA.
Indiana, right, Christina?
Wait, what?
Indiana.
Sorry, no.
You
don't have money.
Okay, good. I'm glad you don't have to go anywhere then, Kathy.
Homestead Odyssey is here. Heck yeah! This is the earliest we've been in a video and have 20 people here already.
Exactly. Wait, 13 minutes?
Jeez. And there's another Kathy at Windmill Acres and Copper Creek Cabin. That's her name is Kathy also.
Hello, Kathy. Your name is
Kathy. Hello, Kathy.
She's also sometimes called Kat, and my grandmother's name was Catherine, and everybody called her Kat. So
that's an interesting little fact.
That's an interesting fact.
We're doing pretty good, Season Mom.
And an empty nest.
Yes, and an empty nest. And actually, what's your first name again? I forget.
Hi at Two Family Homestead.
Kat asked how school was today.
Don't say the
Diana,
S word.
That's right. I knew that.
Prepare to be facted, okay? Do you know that with water and crushed ice, if you add 2 cc of salt, the temperature in the water will decrease by -6 Celsius. That means if you add 10 cc of salt, your leg will become blue if you stick it in that water for long enough. Fact.
Go give her a wrench.
I will give her a wrench. I'm giving her a wrench.
North Star.
That's awesome. Thank you.
North Star.
I appreciate it, Kathy.
North Star.
Right there at the very bottom. Yeah.
She needs a wrench, Nick.
I'll give her a wrench. Where are we
going? It's the Shield Plus.
She is now a wrench.
She has a wrench.
All right, so I try to learn everybody's names. Oh, never mind. You've got.
I've got plastic knife.
He's got a plastic knife.
We bought that for like $5.
And it actually cuts through tape, which is surprising, and it
It's
cuts through
edible.
cardboard.
So Kathy at North Star Prepstetter said, turning blue in the water is like falling through the ice here, whether on purpose or not.
Yeah. Except, do you guys have some salt in that water?
Well, like I told you, I was telling them that that's one of the reasons that whenever you make ice cream,
You need
and
salt.
You put the ice in around the ice cream tub, then you put salt, the ice cream salt, and that helps it to freeze.
Yeah, it's called ice cream.
But it's gotta be at least 1 cc, because that decreases the temperature by 3 minus Celsius.
Yes, you need at least like.
Don't.
Oh, I
ignore me.
I forgot. Yeah, what was it again? It was like.
I'm important too.
It was you need to make ice cream, guys. To make ice cream, this is a fact too. You need this. You need at least 10 cc. Basically, cc is like 1/4 of a teaspoon.
Kathy said that there's no salt in her lake, so they can't make ice cream in the lake.
No!
Stop that. That's enough. I know that you boys are extra, but that's a little bit too much extra.
I'm never enough extra.
Isaac, there's a line. We talked about this.
There's never enough extra in me.
Yeah, Kat, they actually are learning a lot, and because these two especially are doing they're doing high school curriculum, and so they have to, of course, do oral narrations and stuff like that because the approach that they do is the Charlotte Mason approach. So I really like it because they're reading books rather than just a textbook, which the books are much less boring, and they actually will have conversations with me about the books. So
do you know that Henry Hudson traveled all the way from Greenland to Hudson Bay? It's an actual island, everyone. Okay, and guess what? It's right off the coast of Greenland.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, I really do like the Charlotte Mason approach a lot. So,
and it's much better than the school's iPads and tablets and laptops.
Yes, they don't do any of their school on iPads and tablets and stuff because when I was going to school and I was working on my doctorate degree, which I didn't get to finish because I got sick, one of the things that I learned was that with the tablets and that kind of thing, if you read off of a tablet versus reading paper, you automatically lose 15 to 20% of your comprehension.
I don't need to.
That means
right off the bat.
That means that whatever you're reading, you're only getting basically the names and the place. That's it.
No, you get more than that. But the thing is that if you're trying to get your kids to learn as much as you can and as much as possible and to retain the information, then you're automatically putting them at a disadvantage, putting them on a laptop or a computer or tablet, that kind of thing. So that's one of the reasons that I don't use it. Now, I'm not against other people using it, that's fine. But I know that these would get too distracted with everything else.
What? No.
I don't need that right now. I can read books and then basically read it back to you, Mom. Well, I don't need that.
Stanton Farm says, but that's Nathan. And he says that information is overrated.
You'll learn one day that information is needed and knowledge is power and power is knowledge.
Okay. Hey, Page Family Homestead, our journey back. How you doing? Oh yeah, that's great. Thanks for that, Kathy. Yeah, I do think that there are too many screens. I don't, like I said, I don't have an issue with screens. I really don't.
Just too much becomes a problem.
Because I don't mind I don't mind them once they're done with their chores, once they're done with their school. I don't mind them getting on the screens. I don't mind them playing games. I don't mind them, that kind of stuff. Even looking up things. I don't mind it. But my boys especially, they need to get everything done first. Because if they don't, then they'll never get their work done. So
Sad fact, but true.
Nathan said, if I need information, I'll get it from a field manual, a training manual, or technical manual. Yep, that's fine.
Everyone's got their own way of getting.
But guess what,
knowledge.
Nathan? You're still getting information, and information is knowledge, and knowledge is power,
And
power is knowledge.
I do agree with that, Kathy. I do think that they use their imaginations more whenever they're not constantly on the screen. In fact, it's so funny because I know whenever they have some sort of screen, even if they're not supposed to have it,
It's crazy.
I know because it gets quiet.
It gets like this.
They're never quiet.
It goes from to.
There's no noise at all.
Let's give you a
And
sample.
so I'm like, okay, boys, what do you have?
Nothing.
What do you have you're not supposed to have?
Nothing.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, they're funny. So,
we are funny, and we're a family. So congratulations for being with us today. And click that like button and subscribe.
Most of these people are already subscribed, baby.
Subscribe again.
You can't.
Unfortunately, you can't subscribe more than once. Otherwise, I would do that for,
Eternity.
a lot of my friends and stuff. But you can't do that. It doesn't work that way.
You really would.
So, okay. So, what is everybody doing on their homestead? What's new for you guys for your homestead? Family fun equals funny family.
Dang right.
Yeah. Smiley faces.
Smiley faces.
Yes.
Yay. I make everyone I make people smile. I'm a checker boy.
I don't make people laugh.
Yeah, you do. You're funny.
You're
funny.
I used to be. Evan, you're
still
Oh, you've got baby chicks.
Can we buy some?
Aww.
I'll buy some for you.
Can we get baby chicks?
I'll buy your baby
And
chicks.
Nathan is getting ready for Prep Stutter Bob. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be great. I'm really excited for you, Nathan.
Amazing. Amazing.
Who's Bob?
This is totally great.
Prep Stutter
Thank
Bob.
you, Nathan.
Who's Bob?
Great job. You deserve it all. You
Prep
deserve
Stutter
it
Bob.
all.
Prep Stutter Bob is the guy who goes around.
You deserve it all,
He helps
Nathan.
out the community.
You deserve it all, Nathan. You're
Okay,
good.
shh.
You're cool.
Hey, Miss Lippy, how you doing?
Miss Libby.
Yay!
Hi, Miss Libby.
Hi, Miss Lippy.
Hey, Loving Ivy Farm. See, my kids get so excited whenever you guys are around, and they get so excited watching you guys. Said, hello, young men.
I am a man.
You're a young man.
I'm a young man.
There's a difference.
Well, Miss Libby makes me feel proud of myself, so I adore her, and she's a good
Miss
person.
Lippy?
Miss Lippy.
Miss Lippy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what she goes by.
She's a
It
good
sounds
person.
like Lippy.
That is what it, yes, that's how you spell it. So, what these two, well, he was downstairs working on schoolwork. This one was downstairs, and he was helping fill up some things for soil for me. I've got to replant some of my herbs because
They died.
they died whenever I needed to water them during the flooding, and I forgot because we were dealing with the flooding. So I've got to replant those, but I still have, I think it's 4 trays of plants that No, I'm saying 4 trays that are good.
Oh, of herbs.
There's 4 trays of herbs and lettuce and brassicas and all that kind of stuff that didn't get, that I didn't forget.
Yeah.
So I've got to replant some of my herbs and stuff. But it happens. Unfortunately, we all make mistakes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing? How you doing, Crystal?
Who's Crystal?
Copper Kettle Farms.
Never mind. Okay. Hello, Crystal.
So Nathan said, "How is the basement pool, fish pond, aquaponics system going?"
It's gone.
Because he said that that's what we needed to do. That we needed to do that since we were flooded.
That'd been so cool.
Now, had we not gotten our sump pumps fixed, we probably could have done that. And since it's raining again, we probably would be adding more to that. But since we got the sump pumps replaced, we're not going to have any of that anymore. So
it's gone.
Yeah.
Hey,
but I'm glad no more wet feet. So who likes wet socks, right?
Yeah. How are you doing, Suburban Homesteader? Wyoming, right?
Wyoming.
I think that's what.
Wyoming.
It's okay. I mean, things like that happen, and we all have issues that we have to deal with. It just is what it is. But I was just hoping that there was not going to be any mold on the carpet, that we wouldn't have to rip up our carpet.
And thank the Lord that there was none.
That would have been a mess. And so I was just thankful that at this point, it looks like we're not going to have to do that. So I just didn't want to spend any more money.
BRB.
You know what I mean. You have a budget for things, and this was not in my budget.
No, Lippy, don't.
It is what it is.
She got to flip her chops.
She's flipping chops. You know what that means?
No.
Flipping her pork chops.
She said she'd be right back.
Yeah, BRB, be right back.
You know what, Nathan? It was $1 million idea.
That been a great $1 million idea.
Why don't you implement that and let us know how it goes?
Good luck.
Why don't you test that?
Good luck. Free pool system is slash kind of pool slash like little sewer system slash I don't know what else. But yeah, that's cool.
So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be replanting some herbs and then getting everything ready so that I can plant my tomatoes this coming week. That's when I'll be planting my tomatoes. And I'm excited about that.
I think she says she's back. Congratulations.
Yes!
You see how much you're loved. It's so funny because when we're sitting and watching YouTube and stuff, because we don't really watch a ton of regular TV. Most of what we watch is YouTube. And so whenever we're sitting and watching, and I'd be like, "Oh my goodness, it's this person," and "Oh my goodness, it's that person," and
oh my goodness, is a real actor who goes to the other acting movies, and there he is right here because I saw him in the other movie.
So, it was funny because whenever we went to HOA this past year, they were excited about it because, there were a few people that they really knew. And the more that we've been, in the community, and the more we're getting to know everybody, the more excited they get whenever they see people. They're like, "Oh, we met them," or, "Oh, I really wish that we could have met them," that kind of thing. So this year, we're going to be going to the HOA. I don't know what other events I'll be able to go to, but the HOA is definitely one that we'll be able to go to. And so they get excited because they're going to get to meet people that we know more people. So they'll get to meet more people too. So, and they get really excited about that.
More YouTube popularity.
Yes, exactly, Kathy. You guys have expanded their world.
Yes, we have.
So,
And I am glad to meet you. I don't know. Have I met you? If I haven't, then I'll meet you at the HOA this year. So.
no, Kathy has not. She.
Are you going to HOA, Kathy?
If you go to the HOA, I'll be glad to stop and chat with you.
Yes.
No, Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming. I have so many seeds. In fact, I've got a whole
ammo box.
I've got a whole big ammo crate full of seeds that I have organized in.
Can I show it?
No, not right now.
Oh.
Don't worry, there's a video about it though.
Because I've got things laid out how I'm gonna plant and everything. But anyways, so yeah, I mean I've got so many seeds. And I still bought seeds. I've bought more than I should admit.
Yeah.
I hope you go, Kathy. I'd love to see you.
And Miss Lippy said that she put her boat in the garden today to check her vegetables.
Wow. Miss Kathy, that she should be there.
Woo! All right. She said that she doesn't know if she's going to the HOA or not.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, 50 cal crate. So it says right here. No, right here. Right here. It would be my pleasure to meet all of you. I don't know if I'm going to HOA or not.
I don't know what I'll be attending, Miss Lippy. I don't know.
Crystal.
I haven't checked yet.
Crystal at Copper Kettle Farms is going to be there.
I guess.
Yeah.
And you said you guess you'll bring Donald. I think he would appreciate going.
Donald Duck?
Donald Duck?
That's her husband.
Oh. Sorry.
I'm going to try really hard, Miss Lippy, to go to Bayou Bash. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it or not, but I'm going to really try. Because I don't think that there's any way that we're going to be able to go to.
What's a Bayou Bash?
It's another meetup. We're definitely not going to be able to make the shindig, because the shindig is, I discussed that a little bit last time. That's on my mother-in-law's birthday, and we have plans to try to go this year. She lives in Colorado, and we had planned to go out there for her birthday.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Sean? Wait,
no Doe Acres.
Oh.
Is
hey,
Sean.
No.
Hey.
Yes. So that one is out of the question. I just can't. And Wiggins, I just can't do that one either, especially since we had the flooding in the basement. It's just not in our budget right now.
Yeah.
So the only ones that I'm looking at the possibility of going to is the Bayou Bash, which I'm really hoping I get to go to that one. The HOA, the Bayou Bash is in June.
Ooh.
We're doing good, Nodo.
Okay. I'm trying to finish.
It's okay, Mom.
And y'all keep interrupting.
I love you.
But anyways, I love you too. The HOA we're definitely going to go to, because it's only a few hours away from us. Well, it's about 6 hours, but it's in Virginia.
I hope the traffic is better this time.
It's really not difficult. I could possibly make the one in at Big Bear. Very a good possibility I could make that if we have the finances at the time, because we're not far from Georgia. And then I'm hoping to also be able to go to the one in Kentucky that that the Stivers event.
Says that Gemini is also going to the Kentucky one, so.
Oh, she's going to the Kentucky picnic.
Ah.
I would love to go to that one, and I'm not sure if I will be able to go to that or not. And the only reason I wouldn't be able to go to that is because that's right around the time of his birthday.
Yeah.
And so
it's kind of like
August 24th.
It's like back to back kind of thing.
Well, and it's not right. It's not at the same time, but it's close enough that I just don't know if I'm going to be able to swing it.
My birthday is just the most random birthday. It's December the 20th.
Thank you so much,
20th.
Kathy. I appreciate you putting up the dates for all those. I really do. Thank you.
What's for dinner? We already had dinner. It's chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, they had leftovers because we eat. Okay, so my husband works second shift. So since he works second shift, they cook lunch, and then we eat as a family for lunch, and then we just have leftovers or sandwiches for dinner.
I got squash for a little bit. I kind of.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm tired of standing.
You're tired of standing.
I'm tired of standing.
I know.
You can sit and I'll stand. Nick, you can sit and I'll stand.
Here, look. He's
offering me a chair, people. Praise Isaac.
He's being nice to you.
Thank you,
I expect you to turn on the switch.
Oof.
No deals.
Hello, everyone. I can sit down.
Yes, BioBash is in Louisiana. And I've been to Louisiana once. I went to New Orleans whenever I was in jazz band.
Bye, Miss Lippy.
Bye, Miss Lippy. I was in Louisiana, in New Orleans for with my jazz band in high school. And so we got to play at the French Quarters and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun. So
that's true. Who said that? What was it? Who said it? It was.
Oh, cool, Sean. That would be cool.
Oh wait, Mom. Wait. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Okay, come on. Let me see it. Oh no.
Because you jerked it out of my hand. How
Sorry.
did I not do that?
Okay. Hey, thank you. Okay, who was it?
I love you, though.
I love you. That's exactly what I was about to do too. Wait, where is it?
What are you looking for?
There we go.
We can't see the. I mean.
I saw it, and I was going to say.
I can see the chat over there, but I can't read it. I can see it, but I can't read it over there. So
that's a little bit too far.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for someone. Someone said something, and there it is. Loving Ivy Farm. Oh, my boys would do that for me too. They would hug me so tight that I couldn't get angry. That is my tactic. How did you know?
That's most children's tactic.
They're
like, oh,
I love you.
Group hug.
No, don't get mad.
In the middle of the live.
Okay. Yes.
Extra.
Anyways.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't care if I'm extra. I'm extra because I show spirit. And spirit
I really do want to go to the bash. I really do. So, Mama T said extra.
I know I'm extra.
Mom's extra lol.
I'm extra low. Mom, that means you're extra funny.
No, they're talking about you all being extra.
Funny?
No. Suburban Homestead said so cute.
They can be.
I'm cute.
They can be. But I will say they do help me out a lot. Because I have
I just myself. No, I'm handsome.
Mom, you kind of got it wrong.
Okay.
We help you for the cost of your sanity.
Sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
And sometimes they drive me insane. But, that's all. That's most parents. But I do have a lot of issues with pain, and I have degenerative disc disease and some things like that. So because of that, they do have to pick up the slack quite a bit more than I am happy with, but it's reality. So
extra fun.
The degenerative disc disease does cause me to have quite a bit in the way of migraines. So
hold up, everyone. Hold up. I'm just kind of clicking on some notifications. It's okay.
Boots doesn't have to be in every single live.
There's more people than there are likes.
Extra energy, extra fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes. Yes, Sean at Nodo Acres, he has issues with degenerative disc disease too. And so
what are you doing?
I feel for anyone who has any kind of chronic pain, because some days you just want something to make it go away. Just anything to make it go away. And sometimes I am a little bit more harsh with them because of my pain than I would like to be.
That's fine.
And that's just reality. Okay, you don't have to do that.
I do need to do it.
I love you though.
I am your son. I respect and love you.
Okay.
So we must.
Oh, you might be able to make the Stivers if it's late this year. I know that they were talking about. I know they were talking about making, that it being in November, but I'm not sure when in November. That they haven't set a date, from what I understand. So,
let me see the game.
Papa Z's, yes, he is extremely laid back.
He is. He's a good boy. That's what makes.
He lets them pet him. He lets them pick him up all the time. He never tries to scratch.
And we've never heard him hiss once, except for whenever we actually brought him in. And
when we first brought him in, and he hissed at Bella because Bella was growling at him.
Yeah.
Because Bella.
It was like a territorial thing. They were like letting off their fumes and everything. It was like, this is my spot. This is my spot. This is my spot.
Okay. Calm down.
Sorry, getting into the mood.
So yeah. Yeah, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you putting that information out there. And Susie, I haven't actually formally done winter sowing. I did sow some of my brassicas during the winter. And they came up and they did okay, but they were too. That's kind of the problem with winter sowing in the South, because you'll have quite a few days, because I don't know if you guys know, I'm in North Carolina.
Yep.
And so North Carolina has about the same, it has about the same climate as South Carolina, Arkansas, those areas. It just hits us later, like our weather hits a few days after theirs does. So anyways, so our temperatures are up and down so much. We've had several days recently where it's been really warm, and so what'll happen is seedlings will come up, and then about a week later, a hard freeze will hit, and then that'll kill them off, because they're not established enough. Because brassicas they don't mind the cold, but they have to be established enough. I have cabbages and I have kale that's been growing all winter, and it's been hit with below freezing, and I haven't covered them or anything, and they were fine. But then I had other things that died. But I tell you, my cilantro is growing like gangbusters out there. I mean, it's huge. And I have not covered it. And there's been days that are in the teens here, and it has been perfectly fine. So cilantro loves cold weather.
Yeah. Who was it? North Star Sitter? Yeah. It was her. She said fur baby. And he is our fur baby. He's a good fur baby.
We've got two fur babies.
Yes, we have a dog, and she is she's a lab mix, and she's actually lab and pit mix. We don't like to go around and talk about the pit part because people have it's stigmatized, but she has more of the lab personality than the pit, which is one of the reasons that I try not to talk about it too much. But she is technically lab pit mix, but she's a sweetheart. She's just very protective of me. And so whenever we first brought him in, she was not having it.
No.
she was not going to allow him to be in this house. Period. End of story. Because
you guys remember when I was like, "This is my test spot, and this is my spot." That was like that kind of thing.
But anyway, so what happened was, I put her in a different room, and then I brought him into the room with me in my arms. And after that, she was fine.
Yeah.
Not that she necessarily likes him, but she's not gonna hurt him.
She's now licking him.
So
yeah, she's cool with him.
They're playing.
Susie, I mostly start my seeds inside. In fact, most of my seeds are downstairs in my basement. I have some plastic shelving units that have shop lights with LED. Actually, no, they're not. Are they? Yeah, LED fluorescent. Yeah. Anyway.
Mom!
What?
It says, Samson Farm says, want any more fur babies? I could mail you a puppy. Oh, I would love another puppy, please! Is it male?
Nick, calm down.
Don't take notes.
No, we can't have another puppy right now.
Puppy.
I have to get y'all. I have to fuss at y'all to take care of the one we got.
I want another puppy.
Anyways, we'll talk later.
I'm gonna hug you, and you're gonna give me a fur puppy and everything.
Hey, shush! I love you. Okay. But anyway, Susie. So so I start all my seeds indoors, and then I transplant them. And so, what I do is after they get a certain height, I have to up pot them into bigger containers or whatever, and I will rotate them out underneath the lights at that point. So it's just a really inexpensive setup downstairs, but it works. All right. Oh, cool. It's only an hour and a half from you. I hope that I can, like I said, I'm really trying to go to several this year just so that I can meet everybody in person. There are several people that were at the HOA last year that I didn't meet, or if I saw them, I didn't know who they were. And now this year, I'll know who they are.
Bye. Who's a seasoned mom and an empty nest? Who is that?
Diana.
Bye, Diana.
Bye, Diana. Bye, Diana.
She's gotta go unpack her car now.
And it's so funny because Dee from Naturally NC, she only lives about 20 minutes from me, and I had never met her. It took going to Virginia to meet her. So it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoy getting to say hello face to face. I mean, video is nice, but it's really nice to be able to say hello and in person. So
I got a question for you guys, okay? So
Loving Ivy Farm says she has some kittens.
Oh,
we can't have kittens.
No.
My husband didn't even want this cat that we have.
We're just lucky that was laid back.
The cat claimed my husband and wants to be with him all the time.
And so Dad's like all over him now. He wants to reject that he's all over him, but he's all over him. Now, but I have a question for all you guys. Okay, so Mom had asked me, okay, these past 2 lives.
Oh, thanks so much, Susie. That's really sweet. I appreciate that.
What would you say?
She said, "Love your channel. Just found you yesterday and have been binge watched."
Wow,
that's really sweet. I really appreciate that.
So I got a question, guys. Not yesterday, but the last live. Okay.
Oh, thanks so much for coming, Suburban Homestead. She's sleeping. I can't say good. I have to say goodbye.
Sorry.
Bye, Suburban. Bye.
Bye, Miss Bourbon. Okay, and so last live, Mom had asked me that, or had told me that she thinks that we keep the lives here, entertaining. Is this true? Comment down below, please.
Comment down below. We're like, just comment.
Just comment.
Tell us. Are we interesting?
That's funny. Suburban Homesteader Wyoming said I waved when the boys said bye. I do that too.
Entertainment value 1 to 10.
Oh.
Entertainment value 1 to 10.
Really?
No, yeah, like
Okay.
ranking 1 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah, rank 1 to 10.
1.
That's her. This is her channel. This is her business. She wants to say 1. That's fine. I'm just here for the show buzz.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Okay. 1 to 10. Give us our answer.
Yep. Show us our entertainment value, please. I will gladly take. Just be honest.
Don't try and do pity.
Yeah, don't sugarcoat it. If it's like a 7 and it's supposed to be a 6,
Please don't mess
I
with
will
my
gladly
social.
take that 8.
Look, nobody's commenting. You know why? They don't want to hurt your feelings.
We don't care if no one wants to hurt our feelings. Say it. Say it now.
No pity numbers. Wait, is 1 the best or 10?
10. Okay, there you go. 10.
10's the best.
The higher the number, the better. So it could go past 10. It could be 10 million. It could be 10,000.
No,
it could be
can't do
10 billion.
No, it's only just a 10.
Oh,
1 through 10, Nick.
10 is the best. Yes, 10 is the best.
A strong 7.
A strong.
Well, she said a strong 7.
A strong 7.
They keep me smiling, so I'll give them a
9.5.
9.5.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm hearing some odds now. I'm hearing 8 so far.
You know what, Loving Ivy, I agree. It is really nice to be able to enjoy, to meet people that enjoy doing the same things that you do. People who are interested in growing their own foods for whatever reason and being more sustainable for whatever reason, because that's my biggest thing. Hey, Emma, Sunny's Place, how are you doing? What I really want to do is I want to, even though I'm in city limits, I still want to grow as much food as I can. I still want to have chickens. I still want to be as sustainable as possible, so that I don't have to depend on going to the grocery store and that kind of thing. So it's really nice to be able to network too, because when we are in this community and we meet other people, then we get to, if we're trying to find out information on certain things, or we can find out if they're selling something. I would prefer to buy, like, if I'm going to buy an animal, I'd prefer to buy from somebody that I know is going to take care of whatever, you know what I mean? So it's really, this building this community is really important for me. And I'm hoping that it will be important to my boys. And that's one of the reasons that, even when they don't always want to help me, which they do help me a lot. But even when they don't want to help me, sometimes I'm like, I need your help anyways. And part of that is so that they can learn how to do the things that we're doing, so that they can be self-sustaining whenever they get older too, if they choose to do it.
Well,
I'm hoping they choose to, but at least they'll have the choice to be able to.
A lot of the people have been talking about their kids. Some have 2, some have 4, some have 3, or whatever.
Having 3 children would suck.
And yes, we have more energy as boys.
Yes.
Girls have more sass.
Yes, I agree. I agree, Crystal, that there are some that romanticize the hard work. And then there are others, like you said, in a good way. But there are some that do in a bad way as well. Like, they think that it's
that'd be perfect.
They forget about all of the animals dying and that kind of thing. That's just a part of the homesteading experience. You know, you're going to have loss. You're going to have birth. You're going to have, you know, the good and the bad.
Hardships and all that stuff. Yeah.
You have to remember that there are good and bad, and you have to remember that that's going to happen.
And you can't just think that, you know, you're going to start, you get this idea, all right, and you push on it, and then all of a sudden the next day you think it's going to be like your garden turns into like the Garden of Eden or whatever, you know.
Samson Farms, he just said, and he's going to be going live here in about 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Ooh.
But anyways, he said that he's getting some fencing done and found a dairy bull calf to raise up for some beef. That's great. I remember whenever I was little, my dad and my grandfather, they raised cows for beef, and it was just for our own consumption. And I really, really miss that because I'm telling you, that was the best beef I've ever had. Yeah. And it was all grass-fed because we kept them in a pasture, and they were able to rotate themselves through because we had enough land to be able to do that.
Sweet Lord.
Okay.
Dodo Aker says that her youngest was born when she was 47. She's 53 now.
Dodo Akers is Sean.
Whoa.
Yep. So it's a he.
Oh, I feel embarrassed.
Hey, Robertson's Billy Akers, how you doing?
It's all right.
Maybe. Yes, and that's exactly right, Sean. It's not a place or an occupation. It's a state of mind, and you can homestead anywhere. And that's one of the things that, because I remember whenever I was little, it was just a way of life. My grandparents did it. My parents did it. It didn't matter if you were living in the city or you're living in the country. You grew some of your own food. You might not grow all of it, but you grew most of your own food. You preserved your own food. People have forgotten how to can and that kind of thing. And that was one of the things that whenever I moved back to North Carolina from Colorado, I tried to make sure that I sat with my mom and we she taught me how to can. And then I learned from there because, she only canned a certain amount of things and she never canned meat. My grandparents did, but she never did. And so I learned how to do that kind of thing because I knew that that was something that I wanted to be able to do. And that way, if we had, a deer, if my son went out and killed a deer, that we would be able to put it away, and we don't have a lot of freezer space. So I'd be able to can it and that kind of thing and put it on the shelves, and we would be able to have that to eat for the winter.
Yeah.
So, yes, 4-H, FFA, county fairs. Exactly.
I'm glad to know that a lot of people do that to you, Dodo Akers. I'm sorry. But I'm glad
my quirky quarter acre said when my kids were young, I did loads of canning, and I want to get back to it. My mom still does too. And see, my mom and dad had stopped doing much in the way of canning. The only thing that they canned was just tomatoes there for the longest time. And then we moved back here, and my husband had lost his job, and so I was going to school. I was getting my master's degree at the time. And so because of that, for financial reasons, that's the reason that we started growing a garden at my parents' house with their help. So we all worked together on that same garden because we lived with them for a while. And then we got an apartment, and I tried to do some growing in an apartment. And for me, it didn't work out, but that's because I didn't have the knowledge I needed to start the seeds and to grow like I do now.
Now mom's booming with energy.
I took in a lot of information to be able to get to where I am at this point. So I'm really excited about this year. I'm really excited about the things that I'm going to be growing. I'm excited to see the things that you guys are growing. over this next year. And so, I'm really hoping that this year goes really well for all of us. I'm going to say goodbye because Samson Farms is getting ready to go live, and he might actually already be. So I'm going to go ahead and close down. But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate you stopping by. Head over to Samson Farms, and I'll see you guys in the chat.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And then see everyone in a minute.